Ladies and gentlemen, it is currently March 28th, Tuesday evening. We've been on a bit of a hiatus here. We'll get more into that in a minute here, but all I can say is we're back. Wouldn't aren't you happy to be back again, Kate?
Yeah.
Oh dear God.
I
Not
don't-
even through the opening spiel, and we already got 2 comments. Glenn Stockhausen. Good evening, and is
Glenn!
also big into Supernatural.
How about
Good, good. That means you can follow both shows because Mooncutters makes its return on Thursday. Welcome back, guys. It's good to be back.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're going to start right off the gun with the big question and the big explanation. I want to say sorry, guys, that we haven't been active in the past 2 months. Between Kate getting finished with moving into her new place, and then when we thought we were finally going to get back on a roll from that.
Not even that. Life's a kick in the ass, man. I'll tell you that.
Oh, believe me. And then me being overworked because I've been laid off all winter. And when I get laid off from my construction job or construction career, whatever, when I get laid off and the job works hard to come by, I end up working twice as many hours for less money at my layoff jobs. And let me tell you, I appreciate having layoff jobs because at least I know I will always be able to work because the one in particular runs me like a rented mule. Add that to a death in the family on my end that kind of killed my momentum. So I apologize. But I think with the fact that Kate and I both have finally had our lives starting to settle down a little bit.
Yeah, a bit.
And the fact that I have an exciting news. Tune in for Thursday night's episode of Mooncutter Sportscast if you can. It's going to be a WrestleMania preview episode. But there's a special guest going to be on that episode because that's going to be a backdoor pilot into the new program here on Running Force Productions. So you'll get to meet the new host of that show on Thursday because he's coming on as a guest. So look forward to that, and we'll give more information on him, give you a chance to meet him on Thursday. Also, another announcement to go into before we do this. Why are we going out of order?
Mm-hmm.
This ties back to Kate moving in and us having to take a few weeks off, even though we had guests lined up for 2 big episodes coming up 9 and 10 that we had already recorded before going on break. But 7 and 8 weren't majorly important to the long-term lore, so
they're just another creature.
Basically filler episodes, but
mm-hmm.
Freak of the Week episodes, but still good episodes. We are looking forward to going over them. It's just we had other priorities at that time. So now we are getting ready to launch the 8th episode of Wayward Guns, covering the 7th episode of Supernatural. I think, yeah, wait.
Yeah, no. Yes. Just because I'm looking at this right now.
No, 7. Sorry. This will be the 9th episode of Wayward Guns, covering episode 7 of the show Supernatural. Yeah. That's right. Hookman. Now, those of you that are listening to this on Spotify or other streaming services like that will probably get it. If you're listening from the beginning and just get to this as episode 7, it will be put in as episode 7 there. But just know that we recorded this after we recorded episodes 9 and 10 that you're going to listen to later. Am I making sense? Or am I just babbling?
No, you're making so much sense.
Oh, God, that's a scary thought.
Sorry, you're good.
But anyways.
I know what you meant. Well, I knew what you meant.
You knew what I meant, but I don't even think I knew what I meant. Before we jump into it, of course, I got to get on IMDb and give the proper credit where it's due for this episode. Not superheroes crap.
Hey, can I? I'm not going to ruin it. Oh, no, it's not this one. It's next episode. Never mind. We'll wait till the next episode. I got a little foreshadowing for you guys.
Oh boy.
Well, not foreshadowing, but one of the characters in the next episode, besides Sam and Dean, you see again down the line, way down the line.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Anyways, season 1, episode 7, Hookman. Episode originally aired October 25th, 2005.
Jesus, 2005. Holy fuck.
Directed by David Jackson. Series, as always, series, of course, created by the great Eric Kripke. Episode written by John Shiban. And story editors Sarah Gamble and Ray L. Tecker. Now, time to get to my notes. And as always, Kate's going to cut me off a million times, like I'm sure, because that's just the dynamic here. The cold open of this episode was a college date night. The jockish boyfriend took his date into the woods to a popular makeout spot. And while they're there, their vehicle is attacked by an invisible force. After the attack is over with, it cuts to Sam and Dean at a cafe trying to track down John.
I am going to intervene.
Didn't take you long.
No, but from the beginning, when her roommate helps her get ready, that's an important part, actually.
Okay, it's been like 2 months since I actually watched the episode and took the notes, so I might have forgotten some details.
That's the very beginning. That's a key note to some of the stuff why it happens in this episode.
Which is why it's a good thing that we have you on the show here. It balance me out, because this is my first watch through of this stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Kate, on the other hand, has been breathing, eating, drinking, and sleeping this show 24/7 for the past 18 years now?
Oh no, not that long. Shit. I actually did not find Supernatural until like season 9, 8, somewhere like that. And then I started from the beginning. And I've watched it 20 times.
But yes, back to your point you were making. That did bring a spark back. Yes. The girl that was going on the date here was trying to find an outfit for the date, and she's more on the conservative side.
Because she's sorry.
We'll get to that reveal later. That gets revealed later.
Well, I was gonna say it's an important part, but okay.
It is, but it doesn't. We don't get that revelation till later. So let's save it for the fans of us for the appropriate moment.
Okay.
But anyways, she's extremely conservative, and you could tell she's not been on too many dates and isn't used to this experience as much. Well, that's the great part about having college roommates, because her roommate is the exact opposite and is trying to give her the best advice to, for lack of better terms here, slutty herself up for this date.
Basically.
But yeah, then it cuts to so the cold open actually starts in the dorm room while she's getting dressed for the date. Kate just disappeared for some reason.
I'm right here. Hold on.
But then it cuts to the date itself as the jockish boyfriend drives to the makeout spot. Their vehicle's attacked by an invisible force. You can definitely see he gets off. She manages to escape, I believe. Yes, obviously she escapes because she's still there later in the episode. More comments.
More. Sorry.
Oh, Glenn saying he thinks he got caught up with Supernatural on DVD with a girlfriend at the time. They would just watch the first episode. So, well, good. That's awesome. It looks like it's a great way for you to either rewatch the show along with us or watch it for the first time, Glenn. That's awesome. But anyways, it goes on to Sam and Dean at a cafe trying to track down John, because we haven't gotten to the episode Home yet, where we get the big reveal there. But they find an article about an invisible killer. So they drive out to it and meet a Lori Sorensen, who happens to be a reverend's daughter.
There you go.
Lori being the conservative girl from the date at the beginning of the episode. When they find this out, the boys decide to go to a mass at the church that her father preaches at, and they catch Lori afterwards. Dean pulls a fantastic wingman group for Sam, asking about church groups, and sets Sam up to talk to Lori solo to try and get more info. They find out from what they're hearing. They say, I think it's a hook man. I can't remember which brother says that or whatever, but they head to the library to research arrest records. They find that in 1862, a preacher named Jacob Carnes was convicted with 13 dead prostitutes. His weapon was a silver hook, in the same place as Rich's killing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The killings all happened in the same area as where Rich, the jockish boyfriend at the beginning of the episode, was killed. They go
for the time.
The boys go to investigate the crime scene. They get caught by a local sheriff. No, doesn't that seem like a recurring theme that every episode the boys end up in trouble with local law?
I mean, how would you not with what they do? I'm like, a lot of the stuff they do, and like, there's so much more. Like, they wouldn't be able to do what they're doing.
I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. It cuts back to Lori in her hotel dorm room. A shot of her sleeping peacefully until she wakes up and finds Taylor, her roommate, dead by hooking. She turns on she looks around and finds the words, "Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light on the wall?" Because I guess Taylor had already been dead when she came home to go to sleep. Sam is the one that's in trouble with the local law for being caught in the woods. Dean gets him out of trouble by claiming to the local sheriff that it was a Hell Week prank. The boys go and break into the sorority house to investigate the second murder, and Sam mentions the smell of ozone at the scene.
Mm-hmm.
They find the same symbol painted in blood on the wall as from the hook that they saw in photographs of Jacob Carnes, and discover that Carnes is buried in an unmarked grave. Dean goes to the cemetery, scours the place until he finds where Carnes' unmarked grave is, digs him up, salts, and burns the bones. Sam goes to look out for Lori. She vents about her father having an affair with a married woman while they're sitting on the curb, and then whoop whoop, Sammy gets some action. Lori leans in for the kiss. After this, it cuts to the preacher getting attacked by Hookman. Sam makes the realization that he believes the Hookman is latched to Lori and is attacking based on her emotions, i.e., if it's somebody she's upset or feeling extremely passionate, negative energy towards, that's who the Hookman's going to attack. They realize that they need to find the hook, that burning the bones didn't do anything. They do some more research and find that the penitentiary that Carnes was incarcerated in sent all of his effects to the church upon his execution. So the boys go back to the church and Lori's and Preacher, what the hell is his last name? Preacher Sorensen's house to search for the hook. Lori comes to the church to pray, feeling guilty and admitting that she deserves to be punished. Well, guess what? She's feeling negative energy at herself. Hookman shows up, attacks Sam and Lori. During the attack and during the fighting off the Hookman, Sam realizes that Lori's necklace is silver, and she claims it's a church heirloom. Takes the necklace, Dean runs it to the furnace, tosses it in, and the Hookman melts away. Another Demon Slayed.
Hurry up.
And oh my God, we're only at 18 minutes. That is the quickest we've ever gone through an episode summary.
I know, I mean, I'm going through here still. I'm trying to see based on how they do Hookman, and there's nothing that old.
All right. Well, then that means your segment might be short too. This might be a short return episode.
No, I have a lot of different. It just there is no like 1800 Reverend story.
Okay. Well, I got a couple good tie-ins for when we get to the in other media section. But before we do that, let's get music analysis in. Like, how well was the classic rock used in storytelling here?
Yeah.
During the cold open, while Lori is getting ready for her date, the song "Higher Mathematics" by Split Haybury. Am I pronouncing that right? Let me double check to make sure, because I can't read my own writing from 2 months ago. Split Habit. Jesus.
Split Habit.
Higher Mathematics by Split Habit, which is just a good class like 90s themed arena rock ballad. But given the name of the song, it fits great in the scene. As the boys are driving towards town after finding the article about the invisible killer, Bang Your Head by Quiet Riot is played. Fantastic song. Though I don't recall if it had any other significance other than just being a kick-ass jam for the boys to drive to.
Oh man, now I got a whole bunch of things I can put this.
The last song that I caught on my watch through was Peace of Mind by Boston, being played at the end of the episode after Hookman melts away and the boys are saying their goodbyes to Lori and driving off, which fits really well because after finding that the Hookman was done, taken care of, and she no longer has to worry about her emotions getting people killed, Lori can finally have a little bit of peace of mind. I don't know if you're ready for this yet, but it's that time. Okay, Kate, what exactly is a Hookman?
God. Okay, Jesus. Like I said, I don't see anything like a really old legend. But then again, say it was a legend, like this one from Supernatural could be a thing, could be real. They just say that they're not 100% sure how far back it goes. So I'm not finding anything, but maybe there is a like older storyline that starts. But basically, the legend involves a young couple cuddling in a car and with the radio playing. Suddenly, a news bulletin reports that a serial killer with a hook has just escaped from a nearby institution. Michael Myers. I'm just kidding. For varying reasons, they decide to leave quickly. In the end, once they get back to the woman's house, the killer's hook is either found hanging from the door handle or embedded in the door itself. Different variations include a scraping sound on the car door. Some versions start the same way, but have the couple spotting the killer, warning others, and then narrowly escaping with the killer holding onto the car's roof. Yeah, it's all kinds of different. But if I go, or the origin of the hook legend are not entirely known, though, according to this folklorist Jan Harold, whatever, it began to circulate sometime in the 1950s in the United States. So this could be an older story, not started in the United States. It could have started from, overseas or something like that, from another country. Which I didn't think to look that up. But it continued to expand in the 1960s. Snopes, I don't know. Snopes writer David Mikkelsen has speculated that the legend might have roots in real-life Lover's Lane murders, such as the 1946 Texarkana Moonlight Murders.
By the way, before Kate continues, I have on screen now a still frame from the show showing their rendition of the Hookman.
Mr. Hookman. So, oh, that's another one I didn't think of too. So, you probably think it's probably somewhere in here. It says, but obviously this sounds like a Freddy or not Freddy Chase, Michael Myers. If you take out the spirit of like before he died, Michael Myers escaping from a insane asylum. Another one though they go to similar to the Hook legend, the Candyman. Little different background story, obviously, but you think about it. What does he normally kill? He has a hook, doesn't he?
The Candyman?
I think the Candyman has a hook.
Let me check. Let me Google that. Candyman murder weapon.
Yeah, just because right here. Which? It's a different storyline, but the base is from the Candyman.
Yeah, a hook in place of his right hand as his primary murder weapon.
Okay. So yeah, that's pretty close to where maybe that's the Hookman's legend comes from as well.
Okay.
That movie comes from the Hookman legend. Like they take it and use that with a different background story. That has a late background story because the Candyman, he's the angry spirit of somebody who was a slave and was in love with was a black slave in love with a white woman, and a gang came up, and this is 19th century. So I don't know why. Yeah.
Should have been
Not 19th century. What is this?
Or yeah, 19th century would have been 1800s. So yeah, it could have been early 1800s because Civil War wasn't until 1865.
Okay.
Or 1863 to 65.
Okay, that's what I was like, shit. But yeah, that kind of goes. That's linked. Candyman could have just came from the Hookman story, but
Sorry, I'm yawning so much, guys. It's now that I'm finally back to work. What I do for a living is exhausting physical work. So yeah, I'm like.
No, I get it. And I go down here and I'm reading. This is just kind of like something totally different, but this is like interpretations from the story based on a Hookman. Folklorists have interpreted the long history of this legend in many ways. Alan Dunn's Freudian interpretation explains the hook as a phallic symbol and its amputation as a symbolic castration. Swedish folklorist, I can't say that name, describes the story as an example of a conflict between representatives of normal people who follow the rules of society and those who are not normal, who deviate and threaten the normal group. And that's weird as hell, but this one, American folklorist Bill Ellis interpreted the maniac in The Hook as a moral custodian. Oh, there's a movie, The Hook, too, I guess, that's based off this, too. Interprets the sexual experimentation of the young couple. Whoa. He sees the Hookman's disability as his own lack of sexuality. And the threat of the Hookman is not the normal sex drive of teenagers, but the abnormal drive of some adults to keep them apart. Interesting.
All right, so I'm going to move, I think, at that point. Before you, since you've already gone over Michael Myers, Candyman.
I mean, that I told you when we come down to this and a bunch of different episodes, all of you guys, things just kind of, some will be kind of repetitive in a way because
Well, I'm going to
of
say
how
this
these creatures.
much. I'm going to say this much. I am so glad because I thought for a second I was going to have to scream because I thought you were this close to stealing the one that I had. One of the two things I had pegged for in other media this week. And that is this guy right here. You even started to say his name.
I did. That's my
But
boy. That's my hubby. That's my baby daddy.
well, shit. If as ugly as he is, that means I might actually still have a chance. Good to know.
Oh, Jesus.
But anyways, why Freddy Krueger? It boils down to the method of execution. With the Hookman spirit in the episode, it wasn't until the only way that they were able to get rid of him was to burn and destroy the silver chain that was made from his hook. Which anyone that has seen the Nightmare on Elm Street series will know that the only way to kill Freddy Krueger and get rid of him at the end of the episode of each movie is to burn and destroy his
That's
blade.
part of it. Yeah, that was part of it, but he still comes back.
Yeah, because somebody, I'm that's not sure how he keeps coming back, but
fear. It all goes with the fear.
But that is the way to kill Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
By burning his bladed gloves is the same method of execution as with the Hookman in this episode. So I felt that was appropriate.
Yeah.
Or if you just want to, it might not really tie much into the lore or the mythos, because in this example, it's just a psychopath who likes to slice and dice, but his signature weapon is a hook. Check out current mayor of Knox County, Tennessee, Glenn Jacobs, in the movie See No Evil, where he portrays the character of Jacob Goodnight. One of the better movies that WWE has ever produced.
Scary stuff. Oh my God, this can go on and on, man.
What do you think of that tie-in, Kate?
No. Oh, did you? No. Okay, no, I was looking at something else. Kane. You know what? I actually have not seen that movie yet.
What?
I know.
All right. Look, whenever I finally get a free night off, or whatever, I'm going to have to order myself a copy of that on DVD. I'm coming over and we are watching that shit.
Okay. Where did he even go, man? Where did he even go?
Who?
Kane.
You missed the preface. He retired from wrestling. He's now into politics. He's the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee.
What?
Yeah, Glenn Jacobs, Kane, is the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee.
Okay.
You either seem like blown away by that or you don't believe me, but either way, it's true.
No, that actually pisses me off. He's so much better than being a mayor.
Who knows? Maybe he'll climb up and be president.
I guess if he's got a right head, I don't know what he's like as politics, but you know. Also,
but
this is kind of funny that when I found this too, which I still have to see. I think I've seen pieces of this movie, but I haven't watched the whole thing. The urban legend comes up in the 1997 horror film I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's a killer stalking teenagers with a hook, whilst the main characters were gathering around a campfire and recount the hook legend. So there's that. And then what else did I just saw something else here when I was looking. Come on. Oh, the one Hookman story comes from here. Well, not here, Pennsylvania.
Oh, here. Got it.
Like Pennsylvania actually is where I'm going down here to find. Oh, I was just, Jesus Christ, I was just on that. That's not what I wanted. Okay. It just said. Scuba dive, no. What are all these? I'm gonna have to remember these for later down the line. There's a whole bunch of different characters and stuff like that. Not characters, but legends. H. Give me H. Give me H. Oh, okay. Never mind. I didn't have much else there. I tried looking up here. From like other countries. To see what else. Yeah, it's circling back around to the Dear Abby. So I don't think I've ever read that book or saw a movie. I think it's a book too.
I'm not sure. I thought it was a weekly newspaper column.
I don't know. They do make it a movie. There is definitely a movie. I swear to God. Yeah, let's see. Before we're still only half an hour. Shit.
I will say, not to take a step outside of Supernatural real quick, but given that I'm used to more the gothic look, I'm kind of digging the grunge Kate. I said, given that I'm more used to the gothic look from you, I'm kind of digging the grunge Kate look.
This is just today. I change up all the time.
Comma, chameleon.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like, you ever do that again, I'm going to stab you. I know that's what she's thinking.
You're damn right. No, I'm just kidding.
But let's move on to the funniest little segment we put on the show every week. The Skirt Magnet Scorecard.
Oh my God, we already know.
What?
Say Sam on that one.
Sam gets it? Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And at this point, Sam has a 2-point lead over Dean.
I mean, he is, because he's like gentleman about it, but then he's all like, oh my God. Delicious looking at the same time.
I mean, it was kind of a giveaway when Lori went in for the kiss that we were going to give Sam the point for this episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you have a particular favorite scene in this one?
I'm trying to think. Not not like, well, I guess it is the kissing scene, whatever. But like when they're talking beforehand and everything like that like that moment that they're talking and everything, that was definitely like one of my favorites.
I'm honestly going to say I think mine was the scene at the church at the beginning of the episode, just between the Sam and Dean's awkward like looks back and forth at each other, like we're in a church, we should not be here. And the Dean's wingman moment outside, setting Sam up to be able to talk to Lori. Like I think that just that whole sequence was my favorite part of the episode.
Yeah, yeah. Dean was super wingman on this episode. Super wingman.
Including with the cop getting Sam out of trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I think at this point, in retrospect, having some extra time away from the episode is going to give me a more honest rating on this for the Seven Circles of Hell rating scale. But I'm gonna let ladies go first.
Oh God, this. Oh, what is it? 7 the worst or 1 the worst? No, this is
first through third are where the weakest sinners lie. First is the absolute weakest. Third
okay.
is
No,
just
you know
slightly
what?
sucky.
3, giving it a 3 there.
Oh, you're not even giving. Okay,
There's
you're
worse
being more
episodes.
harsh. You're being more harsh than I am because I was going to put it right down the middle. On the in the fourth circle.
Yeah. No, you know what?
Like I like the way they did the Hookman. I like how many different myths they blended together
There's
for
so
him.
many shitty episodes too. Like so many, like the way that it goes, I just hated. So this one's just like OG, like like.
But as great as I thought it was, the way they did the Hookman, the episode as a whole doesn't really stand out. Nor is it one that I would show a first time watcher of Supernatural
No.
to try and get them hooked on the show. So I'd say right down the middle, neutral ground territories where this one belongs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Was there anything else that jumped out to you about this episode?
Not really. It just that still keeps going along with their like dad finding their dad, and Sam he does. Dean tells him something that he didn't know, which is a small point about he had that fight with his dad back when we learned more about those fights, but how he went to Stanford and all that, and he was like, "It's a no."
Next episode.
Uh,
as soon as you mentioned Stanford, I knew what you were getting at. Because I actually have that.
Oh, wow. You did better than me. Holy hell. Never mind. You'll wait and you find out.
No, because I definitely have that earmarked as and notated as my favorite scene from that episode, from the next episode. So,
yeah, I was about to say that's next one. We already know that's mine too.
Oh, that's your favorite scene too? Well, then y'all already know what our favorite scene is before we even discuss the episode for next week.
Yeah.
Let's see if Kate throws a curveball like she usually does and changes it on us.
Yeah, who knows? Oh, God. See, now you got me yawning.
Because, I mean, knowing you as long as I have, I could say for the fans, yes, guys, Kate throws a mean curveball and a mean right hook.
Literally.
Damn, I thought I was gonna get her to spit her Gatorade.
No. I already know how it is. So, but yeah.
All I know is that phone pole isn't gonna mess with you anytime soon.
No, shut. Oh man. This guy, he's a swell guy.
Point the other way, Kate.
Yeah. I can't. This wet or wait. See, I don't. Yeah, there we go.
But
that guy's a swell guy, guys.
I'm not generally this much of an asshole to everyone, just people I care about.
Yeah. That's true. I'll find all telephone poles to fight with.
Before or after throwing your phone at a cop?
Does it matter?
Should we tell them the story since we've made so many references to it at this point?
Sure, why not? It's not one of my finest moments, guys.
Let's just say the one night where I actually wanted to kill Kate. I had been a big fan of the band Hailstorm for years. They were coming to Pittsburgh to perform at Stage AE with the band In This Moment, who holds the record for band I've seen the most times live, because I've seen them like 6 times at this point. Well, at current day. At that point, I'd already seen them 3 times, and this was going to be the 4th. But we get there. Kate and I are pre-gaming in the parking lot during the opening acts sets.
Totally pushed it a little much.
Kate,
What?
the fact that we're finally breaking down after referencing it so many times on this episode, I didn't even realize it, but
What? I don't know. It's so funny, but that's
that's fucking perfect, ain't it?
that's awesome.
Yeah, I just glanced down and noticed what shirt I was wearing. But anyway, so we pre-gamed in the parking lot during New Year's Day and Stitched Up Hearts sets.
Yeah.
We came into the gate and got right up close to the stage, right in time for In This Moment to kick off. I ended up running into another really good friend of mine, Marie. So I'm bullshitting with her for a minute. Kate decides she wants to go get better up close pictures of
Well, they
Maria
were
Brick.
going already. They were playing already, and I was just trying to get Maria as she's singing and moving around the stage. And she got close to where we were, but not quite. So I was trying to move through the crowd, and somebody who's not an accustomed, apparently, or just an angry concert goer. I don't know, because it's accustomed to concerts that people are gonna want to get through and go see. Like you're pushing each other around no matter what. It's just concert etiquette.
Anyways, I'm sitting there talking to my friend Marie real quick while Kate goes to get a bit up close picture. Well, about 2 or 3 minutes go by, and Marie's like, "Hey, isn't that your date over there with the cops?" And I'm just like, "Huh? I sure as hell hope not, because if it is, no, it's not."
Yeah.
Well, I turn to look, and sure enough, Kate is getting dragged out of the freaking stage
medics.
front area by 2 police.
No, medics.
No, it was police.
The medics, because the medics took care of me. Then the police came over while they're trying to patch me up, because I blacked out for a second.
Well, when I saw you getting pulled out of the pit, it was just police.
I could have sworn you told me it was medics.
Nope, just police. Medics didn't do shit to you. You got cleaned up at Gresko's house after we left.
Oh,
but
guys,
but yeah, so
much of this, so.
But yeah, so I look over, and sure enough, Kate's getting dragged out by the police. And I go over. I'm like, "What the hell happened?" Because I see her face is. She looks like she was taking a page out of Ric Flair's playbook, because her entire face was covered in blood.
Yeah, this lovely lady.
Well, she's trying to tell me what happened, and the police are like, "Well, either way, you either find yourself a way home to get out of here now, or you're coming with us." I'm like, "Fuck," because I'd been all excited to see Lizzie Hailstorm, and well, they hadn't even gone on stage yet. But So I'm like, look, if she goes to my car, can I watch the show? Cop's like, no. So Kate gets pissed off, throws her phone at the cop.
I missed him though, because I remember this. I missed him, and it went like all the way to like, because we're outside, and everybody knows stage AE. If anybody does, like we were where you come in like the fence that was close to the sidewalk, like to whatever street. I don't know what street that is. Going past like Jesus, still I don't know if it's still Cactus, but a bunch of like the bars and stuff on that side by the river.
Anyway, she throws her phone at the cop. She misses him.
It went all the way towards the stage AE building. Like it literally almost hit the building. That's how far I threw it.
No, it landed on the ground, but ground about 5 feet behind us because you were trying to, because you were aiming at his knee.
What? I got a sworn I remember seeing my phone.
I grabbed this dumbass's phone. I come back. I'm like, that's it. Let's go. Grab Kate, haul her out the gate. Cops didn't say a fucking word because I think at this point they could tell how pissed I was. And I guess they figured she was going to be worse off dealing with me than she would have been in the drunk tank. I take her, we go up to my buddy's house, get her cleaned up, and then apparently went to karaoke afterwards.
Yeah,
even though I still wanted to strangle her.
Oh no, yeah, you were mad as fuck, but you're like, I need a drink. Like literally like that. I need a drink. But yeah, I remember that because like I had a rag that I was putting on my nose.
And then what? 3 days later, I took her to go get new glasses because she got them smashed in the scuffle.
Mind you, I had to update my prescription recently anyways, which it did. But for the one, actually, no, both pairs, Violet ruined those. So just want to, FYI.
Oh, it's probably for the best because that was like 5 years ago.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true.
So if she broke your glasses and made you go get new ones again, good job, Vi.
Yeah. Mind you, everybody, why I was so heated. Listen, I was so heated basically because the pure fact that this chick hit me and I had no way to go after her because I was at that point when I realized what happened and I'm bleeding and I realized somebody hit me. And mind you, I had a few drinks too. So
just a few?
I think I had a few, like 6 or 7.
No. I had 6 or 7. You had 6 or 7D.
I did not have 6 or 7D. Dramatic. I don't know who's worse, you or my daughter. Anyways. Yeah, so I was pretty lit. But lit, sober or not, like if I don't see you and like if something you hit me and I can't react by getting like a fair fight of a sorts, we're gonna have problems. It's a shame I couldn't find her or know who it was because woo, that's why I got so heated. I was very much like I wanted to find her and I wanted to knock her teeth in. I do vaguely remember that it was a bigger girl real quick before I blacked out, before she hit me. Like I just barely glanced back and it was a bigger girl. But I was like, I don't give up. I don't care. We are fighting. You don't get to hit me and run away. Well, the cop made her leave, so.
Cop made her leave too, or you?
Yeah, I remember they made her leave too.
I don't know because
I think you told me that they did because she was the one who hit me. So obviously they're not going to let her stay.
I never saw the person that hit you. I have no clue.
Well, the cops said that, or you told me that the cops told you that they made her go too. Your storylines are terrible. Just saying.
No, I think you're still making shit up from then.
Well,
I think
honestly, common sense. Obviously, I was hit. You really think they're gonna let that girl stay after she hit somebody?
Well, they were asking you who did it, and you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I didn't see her. So if they're asking you who did it and you don't know to tell them who did it, how the hell are they going to throw her out of the concert?
I think because they got. Did they ask me? Because I was gonna say I think they grabbed me and then they grabbed her like right next to me. Like that would have made sense.
If she was still next to you when they grabbed you.
Yeah, true. I don't know.
Otherwise, they might have just saw you and grabbed you because you were a bloody mess.
It's true.
But anyways, now that we're done with this walk down memory lane, you want to tell them where they can? Do we want to tell them all where they can follow us?
You can follow us on Twitter. Well, I'm not on Twitter all the time, but you can follow us at the Wayward Guns. And then you can follow me at Shaylee Carl. And I don't know, what's yours again?
You can follow me at TJE Joker. That's TJEGEOCUR. You can follow us on, apparently we have a Twitch account now.
Twitter.
Apparently we have a Twitch account now as well.
Oh, sweet.
Which I guess Eric must have done that when he was doing the video game simulation streaming on here. You can follow me on Facebook, follow Running Force Productions on Facebook, even though I will admit that doesn't get updated often because I keep forgetting I did that. And the most important one, that especially now that we got a third show joining the channel, if you want to help all programs on Running Force Productions grow, please like, follow, subscribe, allow notifications, all of the above to Running Force Productions YouTube channel. It's the logo that you see up above Kate's head.
Yeah.
And if you need to see how it's spelled, right there, Running Force is one word. Otherwise, this is Geoffrey
and Kate
signing off.